Well, we're talking about the aged horses now. This is the time of year when, we've had a pretty good season. I know globetrotting and a couple of bad starts are last two, and I spoke to Ron Burke last night, actually, when I was leaving the sale. We were leaving at the exact same time that Mark Weaver and Ron Burke were. And I spoke to Ron Burke. I haven't talked to anybody about this yet, but I spoke to Ron Burke about potentially taking Tipsy and Dixie. You know what? I skipped over Tipsy and Dixie in the 3-year-old video. It's my fault. Tipsy raced good. She's going to find it really, really, really tough at Mohawk when she has to race in those classes. Usually they ride a 3-year-old class, but that's 3-year-old open, right? She can't do it there. They have and to be quite frank, I don't know what classes are at Yonkers. So I asked Ron, he said, hey, just text me the name, I'll let you know. In regards to globetrotting, he said, clearly there's something going on with this filly. I'm going to draw blood on her immediately and get to the bottom of it. He likes globetrotting. I mean, quite frankly, when I watched her race the other night, it was, hey, I'm going to take this mare home, we'll race her at Mohawk, freshen her up a bit, and then, if she's really good, we find it tougher there, then maybe we'll look at a spot at Yonkers or something for her, and maybe just swap out Tipsy and Dixie, because I'd like to see Tipsy and Dixie go a couple of good races before Harrisburg. And another horse, for various reasons, is going to Harrisburg, is Tipsy and Dixie. So we'll get right to the age horse. This Brave World continues to race good. Harry does a great job with them. Travis does a great job with them. Quite frankly, he's been a pretty good horse for us and a pretty good horse to watch race. I know a lot of our clients in Michigan were really hoping he'd head back over to Northville, but let's be honest, I can't just send him because he's racing for good money at Flamborough every week, and he's going to race in London. He's doing well for us. I just don't think there's an argument to be made, hey, we should get this horse out of here right away. He's doing nothing but good things. Why even move him? Compass Rose DC, we're trying to get her back on track. They're not all bounce back stories, and Compass, she needs a bounce back race, and she'll find it. It's going to be tough to find it from the 8-hole. That's what she drew this week. Very frustrating draw with this mare, but we're all going to just have to bite down on her lip and just wait until she draws good and gets a favorable class. She's there. She's ready to get to the winner's circle. It's just a matter of 8-hole's a tough place to do it from. Cruising in Style continues to bump along and bounce along. Race good last week, race good the week before. We'll see what is in store for us this week. Don't believe me, just watch. This horse was finishing like this when we predicated us putting him on Lasix, and is still finishing like this. So we scoped him the other night. No blood, no mucus. Must be something bothering him, either his front feet, maybe ulcers. Harry's going to look into it this week, and I know a lot of people are like, I don't like him being in a claimer. Listen, guys, I really can't go down that road. This horse and every horse in our barn is going to race where they can do. That is the end of it. And I don't want to hear any more. It frustrates me because I'm doing the best I can. If we put him and race him over his head in the numbers of 4,000, 3,000, he gets his head kicked in for 3 or 4 races, and then he's terrible, then I get the emails. Oh, what's wrong with the horse? Maybe he needs a rest. Should we change trainers? Should we change drivers? I've seen all these before. I know how this goes. We're not racing our horses over their heads. And I know that's going to frustrate a lot of people. I'm sorry, but I have to do what's right for the horse. I have to do what's right for the stable. I have to do what's right for all of our clients. And that is what's right for this horse and everybody involved. That's it. So I understand. I see the social media posts. I see them. I see all the comments. And you're welcome to say whatever you want. Everybody individual. It's not like you join the stable and you sign a gag order. Do whatever you want. But I too have to do what's best for everybody, and that's what I'm going to continue to do as best I can. I make mistakes. It's obvious. I've made them in the past. I'll make them in the future. But I have to be the one at the front of the boat. Globetrotting, as I said, a couple of bad races her last start, but everybody said it's the front end, it's this, it's not. I mean, the filly looked to me like she was a little bit sick. Maybe she tied up. Maybe something's going on with it. That wasn't globetrotting. You don't win by 8 lengths and 55 with a bow in your neck and then come out and get your head beat in twice. I mean, clearly something has happened. The first start, Ron didn't believe she was sick. Maybe she wasn't. Maybe she did tie up. This is the best trainer in the world. He will get to the bottom of globetrotting, and by him, he could have easily said to me, yeah, you know what, Anthony, maybe you're right. Maybe we'll just send her home for a little bit. He wanted to take her blood and get to the bottom of her because he enjoys racing her off also. Pretty clearly. This is a man who owns a piece of every horse in his barn, owns none of globetrotting, takes the time to tell me that he wants to take the blood and get to the bottom of it. I mean, it speaks volumes of his horsemanship and his, the determination that got him to be Ron Burke. But at the same time, I would like to see her back to 3 starts ago. High Gear No Fear made a break last week. I told Steve, for whatever reason, horses change. And White Tiger, we muddled through without having to put elbow boots on him till he was 4. And now High Gear No Fear, I know he came to us, he had some marks on his elbows. Scott had said he touched his elbows a little bit. We raced him in the meadows without elbow boots. Ridge Warren, who drove him, said he was a little pacey leaving the gate, but once he settled in, he was okay. No big deal. There was no marks on his elbows. We didn't worry about it. Raced him at Northfield Park, and he did mark his elbow a little bit and made that break at the quarter pole when Ronnie Wren was putting him in gear. So enough was enough. We bought a new set of elbow boots for him, changed his shoes to a proper set of shoes where we knew he could get up into his elbows, but those boots were there. Sure enough, Jason said he trained awesome the other day, but did mark up his boots. I was surprised. When we put the boots on White Tiger, I really thought you'd see the odds scuffing, right? Nothing serious. He really marked them up. His first time we put them on him, and he does still to this day. And it was the same. You could say these 2 spots on High Gear No Fear's boots that he had marked up considerably, and I'm glad they're on him. So he drew the 9-hole. He's in a little tougher. He's up into the preferred 2, I think. But at the same time, I've been happy with the horse, and I think he'll bounce back with a good race tonight in Northfield Park. Path of Totality is the other horse in tonight. Path of Totality is in tonight. For those of you that watch the classes closely, she's in a little higher than she's supposed to be. That's my fault. I wanted to drive her, and I could not come back tomorrow to do it. Tomorrow there was supposed to be an hours or 2 or 3,500, but I couldn't come back. I just can't. I'm coming back Tuesday morning, Tuesday, Wednesday, back in Ontario, Wednesday evening or Thursday morning. I just can't come back tomorrow. So we opted to put her in tonight. She's in a little tougher, but she's 5-1, I think, morning line. I think she'll be just fine. It's a filly that's been good lately. Just hit some real tough horses at the Meadows. We're hoping that maybe here at Northfield, close to home, should be a little better off here. Spirit of Dio, another first. I'm not going to be here to qualify on Wednesday. I can't. I just mathematically, I'm in the Meadows later than I'll miss her by 25 minutes. I won't be able to go with her. But the good news is I trained her at Northfield in 57 last week. She actually got around the track a lot better than I thought. I think maybe that Robin Miller, the gentleman, old horseman, can get her around. But I think she'll be fine. Just got to get her around and keep her comfortable. And I think he'd probably do a good job, I suspect. I haven't talked to Jason about it yet, but he knows by now I can't drive her. But we'll see if we can get her around. I think we can. We'll see. We'll see this week. Stonebridge Simba, great mile the other day, finished second for Aaron Merriman. He drove him good. He knows the horse good. Popped a quarter crack after the race. Now, it was so weird. Jason had said to me, he goes, what this horse hasn't done in a long time? Pop a quarter crack. It was like he heard him. He said, oh, yeah, I forgot to do that. Sorry, let me get on that for you. And it was like 1 start later, bang, quarter crack. He's done it his whole life, right front, right hind. Is he back in to go? I don't think he put him back in to go. You have to give him 10 days. So Stonebridge Simba did pop a quarter crack right front. I suspect he's going to need a week off. Time Houdini was a winner in London the other day, raced good, continues to race good. And a couple little bumps in the road, 2 starts before that, but bounced back with a nice win the other day in London. White Tiger was sick his last start. I know, I saw him race, and I'm like, this horse, he just drives me crazy because he won't string together good races. He won by 13 lengths in 54 and then looked like a shadow of that horse the very next week. But he did scope full of mucus. We gave him a week off. He'll be back in to go next week, I believe. And then Yes is in to go tonight from the rail. I suspect, knowing the driver, he'll be very close to the front end, as they say, go and through the race. So, I will talk to all of you guys later on. We still got some stables to talk about. For now, that's it.